Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory, yes. Back on good old Satisfactory, ready for another day. Ready for Thursday even. Yeah, we're back on here, back on our modded playthrough, and if you'd like to know what those mods are, the mods list is down in the description section of the video along with a link to Satisfactory Mod Manager, so you, not me, so you can download and install mods for yourself. That was a really big lag spike. Anyway, yeah, we're back on here. So yeah, gonna be a bit exhausted for this one as well. Man, it's been a week. It really has. It's been a fun week. Been a tiresome week. Things like that. So yeah, probably gonna be like this the next episode as well. But anyway, yes. So between episodes, this is where we got to last time. By the way, if you weren't here, we had put the train stations down, or put the trains down and the train tracks down, got that all figured out, as well as we kind of figured out what our next plan was last time. That was just after the 4th of July holiday. But yeah, I did some stuff in between episodes as well. I placed more track down, I got some more block signals in, got it all kind of hooked up, as well as I got the quartz crystal coming over here. So this is the quartz that's going to be coming in, and it will have power once we get these tracks hooked up. I haven't got the other things hooked up yet, but yeah. So we only have to hook up one of these, luckily, as well, because once we hook up this track, all these train stations are going to have power, which is going to be nice. Because the tracks carry power, which is really good. But yeah, I went ahead and rerouted the belt line, brought it over here. Just, kind of do some little things. I had a little bit of extra time to do a few things here. Had about 20, 30 minutes. And also did these supports for the track going up here as well. Oh, so yeah, this track actually does go in a loop now as well. Okay, yep, that autosave is still happening. I actually, while I was enjoying the holiday and kind of just hanging out and not really doing much, as far as PC-wise, I went ahead and gave my PC a defragmentation on the files, which is just a program that takes the files from one location on the hard drive and puts those same files or similar files together, stuff that be accessed kind of together and whatnot, or that be used together or used similarly, just to make things a little bit faster, which doesn't seem to have worked. I thought maybe there's a chance of the 10-year-old hard drive we might be able to defragment. That actually ran. It didn't even get all of it, but it ran for 28 hours. That's how long the process took, and it defragmented it quite a lot and got a lot of the stuff kind of more accessible for the hard drive. But man, it's still slow. So obviously that did not. Oops. Obviously that did not work. And then yeah, doing some other things relating to the vehicle and things like that. Got a little bit more work done to it. Also, my finger is sticky. What the heck? My left hand's finger was sticking to the A key. It's really weird. And also, because I was working quite a lot, I went ahead and got myself some Kool-Aid as well. So, definitely going to be feeling it for this episode, man. I'm hurting quite good. And not in a good way either. But that's how she goes. Got a little bit more work done. It's almost ready to start as well, so really close. Just got to get the radiator and fan and stuff put in. I mean, like I said, yeah, I am quite exhausted, so. But if I don't record this episode now, rather than getting some sleep, if I don't record this episode now, I'm not going to have an episode for when this episode is supposed to be out. I'm going to end up with my pants down. And we've been in that situation before, haven't we? Sounds really weird. That's the way it goes. Yeah, we're just going to pull power from here. So, yeah, I never explained what today's plan is. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of it. But I will try. I will try for you guys. Actually going to delete that. Okay. This way, when we hook up the tracks, we'll have power. We'll pull this to here. Delete that one. Pull that power line from here instead. I'll pull another power line over to here. Will that be? I think the belt's higher than that, yeah. Oh, and if we do that, it'll go through the belt. Okay. So we'll pull it from right here on this corner instead. Nope. Okay, we'll pull it from the other corner then. We'll pull it from right here. No, don't climb the ladder. Okay. Oh, and I also went ahead and got rid of all the belts and stuff along here. The only thing that's left is the foundations and the ladder. That's it. I went ahead and deleted everything else. Got rid of it all the boring, all the boring crap, of course. Oh, we can get rid of this power. We no longer need this. Yeah. We can go ahead and delete this power on our way down. Because today's plan is going to be building the spiral. That's what we're going to be doing today. Is building... Oh, jeez. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered. I would have survived it anyway, but... Okay. Yeah, we're going to be building the spiral. So, basically what I did was I took this and used the smart mod and built it out to about where I thought it was going to end up. Is actually here, but I built it out to here, like this, and just kind of put it in between the two foundations. And then I went down there to the train station and I put a thing all the way up, so this was all the way out there, and then this was all the way up, and then I removed the unnecessary bits, and then that's how I got the approximation of where the spiral needed to end up. So it's got plenty of room on all sides as well, so we should be well clear of the cliff no matter what side we're on. And this is on the world grid, this thing here as well, so it'll match up with the rest of that down there, as well as this is going to end up, hopefully will end up around here. We're going to build it from the top down so that we do end up there, or we're going to try anyway. That should be fun. Grab on the ladder. Yeah, we'll delete the things as we go down. I should have left the thing. You know what? I should have left the thing to go out there. Didn't even do that, man. And like I said, I have drank myself some Kool-Aid, and I'm starting to feel good. Yes. Man, on these days when you're this exhausted and this wore out and stuff like that, and feeling quite a lot of pain, it's good to drink Kool-Aid. Good to drink Kool-Aid when you're in pain. Kids are just, they're gonna be drinking Kool-Aid, and that's why I say it like that, though. Holy crap, Kool-Aid. You get a boo-boo and you drink some Kool-Aid. Heck yeah, that's the kid's life right there. There we go. That's how the power... Whoa, well, I'm going off. Ow. Better heal up before I try anything else. Okay, so yeah, this is the said, this is the tower, so it's going to be going out here. Also, this is all drained. So I did that because I didn't want to shut off the game after the previous episode. So I just kind of left everything run, and then I built this and built that, and was doing all that stuff up there while this was draining, so that we could remove this train station. And this train is off the train station, so we can go ahead and remove it. All of this is clear. I don't have the space to do it, though. Especially if I remove these. So we're probably going to have to put down a box. Because the truck is full as well. So we're going to put down a box just temporarily. Just get rid of some of that. Yeah. We can go ahead and remove this, because we got to remove this train station here. So we'll remove that and the belts. I'll get that all out of there. Get it out of here. We don't need this stuff, do we? What the heck are you talking about, fool? Get it out of here. All of it. It's all going. It's going. It's getting gone. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. That yet? Can I? Yeah, remove that too. Let's remove the block signals. I think that's all the block signals. Yeah. I'm gonna remove this wall as well, and all of these power bits. Don't need the wall anymore. Don't need most of this base either. This was just... I don't think I meant it to be temporary, but like it was going to be permanent. But then it ended up being temporary once I came up with once we came up with a better plan. I'm going to watch this episode back, and it's just going to be like... And I'm like, I thought I was coherent the entire time. Right. No, I don't drink that much. I don't drink so much that I can't talk correctly. I can already not do that, so I'm drunk all the time. No. Just on these nights. Just on these nights when it's like really needed to relax everything, because you're so wore out and everything's all tensed up and just making everything hurt. Just feel like an old man. I am an old man. What are you talking about? Okay. So the train tracks are going to be coming in at this level as well, so... Okay. So now I think we're going to go ahead and head up, and I probably won't be doing any cuts on this particular episode. Just because, for one, I am very low on time, and for two, it's funny to watch me play. It's when I've been drinking Kool-Aid. Yeah, we need to get to the top of that tower. I shouldn't have removed the platforms there. Didn't even think about that. It's okay. We'll just climb all the way back up. What I might do is on the side of the train tower, I might put a ladder so that we can climb without having to run the tracks. That'd be nice. But yeah, we gotta go from the top down. That way it ends up, because at the bottom I don't really care where it ends up. I can maneuver that, but at the top I don't have to go like halfway or 3/4 of the way around a curve just to try and make it work. I've ended up in that situation before, and I was not happy. So it's just like, yeah, I'll just do it this way. It's fine. But yeah, like I said, there probably won't be any cuts to this just because of how low on time I actually am. Probably won't leave anything out. What happened over there? That looks really weird. Anybody else seeing this? These weird shadow things? Yeah, what happened to the lighting? The lighting is broken. What the heck? Has it always been that way? I just never noticed. Huh, maybe. Or it's my PC and I'm just like, yeah, balls. Okay, so is this higher or lower? This is higher. Okay, so we need to go one foundation lower is where we need to end up because it's going to curve back around. Actually, do it this way. Okay, and then we're going to put a 1 meter. So foundation, 1 meter. Oh, wait. Is we're going to do 3 on this one because we don't need to be we don't have as little room as we used to. Alright, so this is where it's going to stop, curving counterclockwise, and then it's going to go right and end up on that bridge. We'll probably have to build a weird little foundation piece set for it to make it look supported, but I think we'll be good. Okay. So put a temporary foundation out here, and then we go 1, 2, 3. Then we drop down. And then we go 1 meter this way. I think we're doing the proper number. I'm not sure. Oh, so yeah, I've been getting back into ATS lately, and I need to do a video on ATS. I think we're going to be doing a video in ATS again with good old Stu. Good old Stu and his gaming obsessions. But yeah, I'm making him a truck scan, right? And his thing is potatoes. So he calls them spuds, potato spuds, same thing, right? But yeah, his thing is spuds. So I was trying to, because I didn't want to put. He likes Peterbilt. He likes the Peterbilt 389 from the game. That's the truck he drives. So for my truck, my Kenworth, I drive the Kenworth W900. Not in real life. I wish I did. The Kenworth W900 is a pretty badass truck. But yeah, so we were playing ATS right a while ago, and I wanted to make him, kind of his own channel truck skin mod because I made mine, and I was gonna make him one. And I was just like, well, his thing is like spuds, right? And he likes the Peterbilt. And I was like, okay, well, I made my own kind of spin on the Kenworth logo, so that it wasn't, there was no issues with any kind of copyright or anything like that. I don't want to put that kind of logo on there. I mean, even though that stuff's kind of already paid for it, and I guess I could get copyrighted for all the game logos that I put on my truck. Anyway, so I was like, okay, well, I gotta find something, right? I gotta put a spin on the Peterbilt logo because I'm gonna put it on the truck. It's a weird story, by the way. You guys have like no real context to it, but anyway. So I was making it, and I was just like, okay, well, I gotta put a spin on the Peterbilt logo. So I'm thinking. I was just like, and then it hit me. I was just like, you know what? His thing is potatoes, right? He likes the spuds. He calls the spuds. I was just like, what if? This is a weird thing, but what if? Is this correct? Yeah, the big 3. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But I was like, what if I did? Am I doing this correct? Hold on. I gotta build one of these tracks because I don't think I'm doing this correctly. I think I'm going 1 too wide. Because it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I'm doing this 1 too wide. Am I? Or is this too short? One of these is not correct. Okay, we'll try it. But anyway, yes. So I was building the logo, or starting to come up with ideas for the logo, and I came up with the idea Spud built. I was just like, yes, that works. That works really well for his truck. So what I did was I took the Peterbilt logo and I erased Peterbilt on the logo and kind of was like, okay, well it's a bit like the Ford logo. You know, it's cursive and it's got the kind of the chrome outline and then it's got the red center, kind of oval shape. So I went ahead and made that and then I took I went ahead and found online, you can actually download it, is the cursive for Peterbilt. You can actually buy, I don't have any money. You can actually download that. I don't know why I deleted that. You can actually download the Peterbilt font. So I went ahead and downloaded the Peterbilt font, and then I wrote it in there. Instead of Peterbilt, I wrote Spudbilt, and then I made it the correct size and stuff. I was like, okay, this is really, really cool. Okay, yes, I was correct, actually. I was correct in doing it. Here. Okay. Okay, so I am doing this correctly. Good. I just wanted to make absolutely sure, because I didn't want to build the whole thing. Yeah, so I went ahead and made that, and I made a Spud-built logo for his truck. Because he drives the Peterbilt, and it's like... Everybody always does their own spin on the vehicle, the vehicle's manufacturer logo. So it's gonna look really cool, that truck too. It's even gonna say Spud built on it. I gave him the logo and said, hey, use it like you like. So he's like, I really like that logo. I was like, yep. Like, there you go. That's what it is for use. So use it how you wish. Now, I'm not an artist by any means. Not by any means. Any stretch of the imagination. You couldn't stretch your imagination far enough to even come close to me thinking that I'm an artist. I do not make things. Truly. Like even this entire map. I mean, yeah, I did design the entire city, but I don't really see that as an art, I guess. I don't know. Like like when I think of art, I think of really awesome art, like my mascot on the main channel, my little wolf boy. For those of you who don't know, I was thinking about it too. I was like, man, some people are going to ask what the hell he's holding there, because they're not going to know what the heck that is. That is a torque wrench because, you know, auto mechanic, and I thought torque wrench was the best. And then I actually have a trench coat. So I was like, okay, you know, put the trench coat on there too. I actually had a friend who is an artist do that for me. So I'm very lucky to have him as a friend, an actual artist. I tried to get him to do my backsplash for my channel, the channel banner, but he's been too busy, so it's like, dang it. And plus something like that would take a lot more. Take a lot more than what I've got, or what he gave me already. That's what I think of when I think of art, is somebody who can take nothing and make it into something of their own, of everything their own, not you know, take an idea like the city build and then design around that idea that's obviously already been done. You know? I don't know if I consider that art or not. When I do it anyway. Then again, I guess, you know, there's that whole thing of, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but yeah, there's the whole thing of artists don't see themselves, they don't see what they do as art. I don't know, me, I like to take things in the real world and then put my own kind of spin on them and twist on them. You know, things like that. I don't know. I really don't know, man. I don't know what I'm talking about. We'll just blame it on the Kool-Aid and call it a day. How's that? Yeah. Anyway, I've been having a good time with the Stu. He's a good guy, man. If you need somebody else to watch other than me, definitely, especially, definitely go to Stu's gaming obsessions. He is a really good guy. He may not be super famous or whatever, but he doesn't look at it that way. Kind of like I don't look at it that way. Like, I'm super happy when I get subscribers, and I love getting subscribers, and that's awesome that I get subscribers and likes and comments and stuff like that. But I don't look at that as a main motivation for me. Um, that's not a main motivation for me. My main motivation is me sharing the games that I love with other people. And eventually, if I ever can, um, get a better PC and stuff like that, definitely go into streaming. I would love to go into streaming. That way I can interact with the people that watch this stuff live. Oh, could you imagine doing Satisfactory live? Oh man, oh, that'd be amazing. I'd love it. Yeah, that's my whole main goal is to, you create a community and stuff like that, and get people rallied around, similar stuff. Which I know there's millions of communities out there, but heck, man, I want to carve my own path as well. But I'll be a part of those communities too, so more than happy. Oh yeah, we also got something coming up at the end of the week. It might be out on the weekend. I'll probably put it out on a Saturday, but we got another game coming out we're going to do a collab on. So, which I got him into. He already has it on his channel if you want to, you know, I'm trying to think of it. It wouldn't be a hint. It'd be um, I don't know. It'd be a preview as to what we will be doing and what my video will be about on Saturday. So he's already got it out there. Yeah, Stu's definitely a good guy. One of the nicest people you'll ever meet. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is a lot of spirals. I mean, I knew it'd be a lot of spirals, but I just hope doing this 1 meter slope is the correct slopage. Because I don't want the train to go around the spiral and go up a little bit and then steeper, or go up a little bit and then flatten out, then up a little bit and then flatten out. Kinda. Yeah, it's like I really don't want that. I want it to be a smooth slope all the way up, as smooth as it can be anyway. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but... We're getting there. We're getting towards the ground. I can see... I'm starting to see through the fog. We got a long way to go. No. Anyway. But yeah, man, if I could do these videos or do live stream or whatever and somewhat make money at it as well, I'd be complete. Make an awesome community, things like that. Like that's what I crave so badly. Get an awesome community rally behind it. I'd love to do live streaming. I tried live streaming in the past For those who don't know, I did actually do it. Do not, and under any circumstances, do not watch uh, the Space Engineers series. This is your one and only warning. If you decide to watch it, well, that's on you. Yes, it's still on there, and yes, I'm not, and no, I'm not gonna ever take it off, even though it is a terrible series. I'm never gonna take it off there. But yeah, that was my main attempt at streaming back in the day. Uh, and I say back in the day because that's actually quite a few years ago now. But yeah, we tried streaming and it did not work. Yeah, that's when I was running the old i5, and man, it was struggling. It was chugging along, struggling hard. I still got that old i5 as well. That i5 still works. So I kept it around, obviously, since it still worked. I just swapped to an i7 so that I can have a better, faster PC. Oh, we're out of concrete. That's not good. Okay. Well, I am at full health. Um, so, Geronimo? So you survive at any height. As long as you got a full health bar. Delicious. And have all that, and we'll take the rest of that. Okay. Sweet. Oh, look at the whoops. Look at this though, man. That's a lot of spirals. The train's gonna be spiraling forever. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be cool though. So it should be here. That's the last one I can get up there. Okay. Stupid autosaves. They're good. They're still pretty damn long. They haven't changed. Oof. Up we go. How many more ladders are we gonna need? About climbed onto the ladder that wasn't there. Holy crap. Okay, I think we got it. So I should be able to hop up. Okay. We got plenty more concrete. 2,000 more. Probably have to delete that ladder as we go down as well. And by the time you get to the top of this thing, you're going to be so dizzy. It's going to be amazing, though. It's going to be hilarious. Drop down here. The foundation. Get rid of the ladder. Get rid of that good old ladder right there. We don't need the ladders. What you talking about, boy? Back in my day. Back in my day, we didn't have ladders. just climbed. We climbed whatever. Actually, that is kind of true. The stories I've heard, man. Which, some of them are backed up by pictures as well. I don't know if you guys ever seen like a big old grain silo inside of like a town or whatever. And then they got multiple silos kind of connected to each other by these tubes or pipes, I guess you'd say, whatever. Not exactly sure how they work. Never really. I've been around them all my life. I never, tried to figure out how one worked or asked. But I did get one story from one guy who said they used to paint those little pipes in between them. The massive grain silos, hundreds of feet into the air. They used to paint them, and the way they would paint them is they didn't have any safety gear, and obviously they're not going to have a ladder tall enough to go in between the silo to get to those to paint them. So what they would do is they would go to the very tippy top of the tower. They get their paint bucket and their paint thing ready, hang it off of their belt, and then they would slide down the pipe a little bit, paint it all the way around. Then they'd slide down the pipe a little bit more, paint it all the way around, slide down the pipe, and they'd go all the way down to the next silo, and then they would hop up on top of that silo once they were done, and then climb down the ladder, go to the next one. And they just do that. Hundreds of feet into the air, where if you were to fall off of there, if you did survive, you'd be in critical condition. It's like, if you did survive it, you would wish you didn't. It's like, you guys were crazy back then. There are a lot of crazy stories like that. It's like, well, back then they didn't have a whole lot of safety regulation for the workers, so it's just like, whatever was the most efficient way was the way that everybody did things. Even if it was dangerous, the workers just sucked it up. Honestly, in the world today, could probably use some of that. Obviously not putting anybody's life in danger, but definitely could use a little bit of something different. It's like I thought I saw a chest down there. In my opinion, the way things are going now, it's not the greatest. Not the greatest way things are going. We're heading for some strange times, I feel. Not gonna get into it though. Because then people will hate me for it. Because that's how it is. If you don't believe the way you're supposed to believe, you are ridiculed for it. Especially somebody on YouTube. Gotta be careful. Anyway. Lots of crazy stories like that, though. It's just like, how did you guys survive? Yeah. How did you survive doing all this? And obviously some of them were kind of pretty outrageous to where you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, that's definitely a story. That's not what you guys actually did. But yeah, some of it is backed up by pictures, like the I have a really good one. So, when I was working for DOT, we owned the used to be contracted out to somebody, to a company that would take care of the rest areas. They, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's going to be the rest areas, the bathrooms that you find on the interstate. You'll be driving along and it'll say rest area, and you'll pull off into this little area, and there'll be a big building there, and you walk into the building, and There'd be bathrooms and stuff like that. Some stuff like that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We were in charge of some of that stuff. Okay. But before I was working there, I used to work for the pump and well service, and we actually worked on one of those wells for one of the water wells for those, because when they're so far out, they can't have their water pumped to them because that would be extremely expensive for all the piping you would need, and you'd have to dig out a massive trench from one of the nearby towns in order to pull water all the way out there into the middle of nowhere, where that was. So the water wells were actually drilled nearby, and then they'd have a pump, an electric pump that ran off of electricity. They'd have an electric pump to where to keep the water flowing for the bathrooms, for the sinks, for the some of them had showers, but for the toilets mainly, the toilets and the sinks mainly. So just a water well, get a water well. And there was one time they commissioned the well pumping service. This is before I worked there. They said, "Hey, we got this major problem, and you guys are well guys. You know about all this stuff, and we really don't. Can you take a look at? Can you take a look at some of these pipes? We got this massive clog. Like all the toilets are completely clogged up. Oops, there goes my cup. Uh, my Kool-Aid cup is like all the toilets are completely clogged up. Can you come help us fix this issue? Because you can't flush any of the toilets in our system." And there's like, okay, well maybe it's part of the whitewater system or the septic tank. Somewhere along the line it was clogged with something, and they couldn't figure it out. And I was told the story before I worked for DOT. I was told the story when I worked for the well service that I was working at. And he said, yeah, we went over there to help him, and turned out it was some lady's underwear had gotten flushed down the toilet, and not just regular sized underwear. You think, oh, that just clog. If they do, it'll clog one toilet. It's not gonna clog the whole system for both bathrooms. Um, yeah, and it was what it ended up being this massive pair of underwear. It's like it took four of them to hold it up. And I was just like, and I was sitting there thinking, what you guys are thinking. That's just a story, that's not real. There's no way it took four people to hold up this pair of underwear, um, uh, to hold it up fully, all stretched, or maybe they stretched it out or something. No, it is an actual real story, and they even have a picture to prove it. They have a picture from years ago to prove it. And I didn't see this. The reason I bring up DOT is because I didn't see this picture. I thought like you guys do right now. Oh, that's just a story. That's not real. That never happened. There's no way that happened. There's no way there's that big of a pair of underwear that got flushed down the toilet. There's no way that exists. Because how would you even get through the door? I'm sure they were asking that as well. So it's just like, holy crap, that's crazy. But I was just sitting there thinking, yeah, it's just a story. And then I worked for DOT, and the contract thing, the contract fell through or something like that, and we had to take care of the rest area ourselves. And I was told that exact same story by one of the staff that was there. They were telling me this exact story, and I was just like, hey, I heard a very similar story, if not the exact story, probably. Of something that exact happened. I said, well, I thought it was just a story. It was just some story because I used to work on the well service that actually, the company actually came out and helped them all those years ago. I used to work for them, and now I work for DOT, and they're just like, oh yeah, that story's real. And I said, really? And they're like, yep. And they took me over to their break room, where the staff had, because this particular rest area actually had a building where you walked in, you had the women's bathroom on the right, had the men's bathroom on the left, then you had the co-ed bathroom, kind of the family bathroom, kind of off to the left as well. But right in front of you, you had this big old area, um, where you could walk into. They had coffee, where you know you can get yourself a cup of coffee. You can get yourself some brochures. You can get a magazine, stuff like that. They had just information about the state that we live in, basically. Because it's a rest area near one of the state lines. And they took me to their break room, and they actually had the picture. They had the freaking picture from those years ago of 4 people holding up this massive pair of women's underwear. It's just like, what the fuck? I'm sitting there thinking, how, how even? How did this person manage to live and walk around? It's just like, this doesn't seem possible. It just doesn't seem real. You know, seems extremely, extremely fake. I mean, maybe that person was extremely fake. Maybe it was just a massive pair of a massive pair of um, underwear that was just fake. You know, like somebody made it for a joke or whatever, and then they flushed it down the toilet, which is extremely weird. Yeah, that's what they pulled it out. And that's what they pulled out of the septic tank. Luckily, it was in the spot that wasn't in the actual septic tank. It was like past, or it was in the toilets, but it was before that system or whatever. Because they don't have, I guess they kind of have a septic tank, but they also have the septic area where all the stuff goes out to this little pond. The pond, and it then drains into the ground or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how that shit works. Shit. Anyway, but yeah, that's just one of them things. Insane story that I ended up being told it twice by 2 different people that worked for 2 different companies. It's like, that's pretty crazy. It's like, small world. Something like that. I don't remember all the details, obviously, and I'm sure a certain somebody that does watch these videos, they might correct me on it. I didn't tell anything wrong. I think they were there, to be honest. Yeah, I have a good buddy of mine that, if his internet grants him access to watch this video. Hey, we told the story and we got through it. Look at this. It goes all the way up there. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So yeah, then we're going to do a we're going to do a 2 meter. Then we're going to do a 1 meter. Then we're going to do a 2 meter. Then we're going to do a 1 meter. And then we're going to do 1 meter ramps all the way up. Okay, and then it's just going to go along here. Oh, and this is going to split up as well, because we can't do a dual. I mean, we have the room to do a dual rail here. You guys want to do a dual rail? I kind of want to do a dual rail. But we don't have the time to do all of that again. Add any extra bit. I'll add that extra bit maybe in between episodes. I don't know if I'll get the time. I'm extremely exhausted and it's extremely late, so I don't know if I will get the time or not, but I might have a dual rail going all the way up, so we'll have they'll be going the same way, but they'll just be 2 rails instead of 1 next to each other, because we can do a 4x4 and a 3x3 curve, so we can do that as well. Alright, so the outside rail is the one that's got to be going in, and the inside rail is the one that's going to be the outbound rail. So, okay, so we'll have to shift over just a little bit. Actually, do we have to shift over? If we move this rail over 1 foundation, it'll line up perfectly. Okay, let me move this train real quick. Rubbing my eyes. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I want to go to bed. I definitely don't want to cause a train crash. Speaking of train crashes, I was watching one of the Spiffing Brit's recent videos, where he did like an open TTD style of game. Like that was cool and all. I definitely love that. I just don't know if I can handle the graphics of open TTD. Don't know what I'm talking about this either, but yeah, open TTD is just, man, that game's hard to look at. For me, it's really hard to look at. Yeah. So yeah, if we move these, do we get the room to pick up now? Let me drop off some more stuff here. We can pick up these. Yeah, if we move this back, move it over one foundation, then we'll be golden. Didn't realize there was a spiky tree in here. Okay. Go ahead and head up here as well. I'm going to get rid of these foundations. But yeah, the story's got us through the build. I like that. I like swapping stories. That's another thing I really like doing with the viewers and stuff. I don't know if you guys personally like it or whatever, but I definitely do like swapping stories with you guys. But that's with anybody though as well. Anybody can swap stories. So it's a fun learning experience. That's actually how a lot of my knowledge. I'm not saying I have good knowledge, but I'm not saying I'm amazing or whatever, or I'm a super extremely knowledgeable and you guys are stupid. It's not what I'm saying at all. It's just a lot of my knowledge that I have has come from older people. That's just because I've always hung out. Like, if I see like a group of older gentlemen, I will definitely go and sit at their table. You know, obviously, if I don't know them at all, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bother people. But if I know any of them, I'm definitely going to go sit down and hang out. I just like hanging out with older people because they got the life experiences that, you know, that a lot of us youngsters. I don't know if I call myself a youngster anymore, but that a lot of us people don't have. They have those life experiences, and you can definitely learn a thing or two from older people. Like, I remember when I was extremely young, I was told by an older person that said that, yeah, never take out a loan and never get a credit card. And I took that to heart, and they told me exactly what happened to them when they did that. They said it was one of the biggest mistakes they've ever made in their life. They said unless you're going for a big business when you know where you know you're going to be making money, you know, you have a plan, stuff like that. It's like, definitely do not take out any loans, do not take out any credit cards. You will regret it unless, you did say unless you know you're going to be being able to make money and pay that back. You do not want to end up in a life debt. Like he's like I have. This is like, yeah. So yeah, I took that advice to heart. I will never take out a loan, and I will never grab a credit card. I don't care if I'm getting ready to be homeless. It's not happening. And then I, kind of took that a step further, where it's just like I don't like being in debt to people. I will always try to pay off my debts, and if I can't, if I think I'm going to go into debt with somebody, I will let them know. Like, you know, let's say somebody decides to buy me something, right, out of randomness, and they're just like, okay, here it is. I will inform them that I will not be able to pay them back. Uh, because I do not want to be. I don't want to be indebted to somebody, and I also don't want them. Obviously, I don't want them hanging that over my head either. Like I can't pay you back for this, so you know, as long as you're okay with that, then of course I'm extremely thankful for it. Because yeah. So we're probably going to have to either that or we have to do this. Then we do this. But yeah, if I do say I'm going to pay you back for something, you damn well it's going to be on my mind the entire time until I do. Because yeah, I hate being indebted to people. I've been indebted to a few people before in my lifetime. It's just like, I do not want to be in debt with you, so please. It's like, if you're going to buy me something, please know that if I cannot pay you back on it, I won't be able to pay you back, but I will let you know as well. That's just so you understand that. Okay. So it's going to be a dual rail all the way around, I think. Oh no, is it? It is doing that, isn't it? It's like wibble wobble. I can't go any further though. I think it's only the outside one, yeah? Yeah, the outside one does a little wibble wobble. Does the outside one need to be 2 meters? I wonder if the outside one needs to be 2 meters instead. Or does it need to be less than a meter? Let's try 2 meters first. I'll do it at 2 meters, that's fine. It's just doing a little bit of wobble. Now that's even worse. Okay. So yes, do it a little bit of a wobble at the 1 meter. So I'm wondering if now it'll do even more of a wobble, wouldn't it? It's like, does it even need to be a 1 meter? Yeah, it does. It needs. Oh, okay. All right. You know what? I think I got it. I think I know what I need to do. I think I need to drop the 1 meter ramp. This one will be the same. But I need to drop the 1 meter ramp by like using the micromanage. I think it needs to be, because if it's huge, it'll drop it 1 meter, right? Yeah. Okay, so what about large? Okay, large is, so that's half. About 3/4. Okay, let's see what 3/4 does. Because if I drop it to half, it's going to be kind of into the concrete. So we drop it by 1. Oh, here comes an autosave. It's still kind of me. I think 1 meter is just not, the angle of 1 meter is just not going to work. I think that's what it is. Yeah, because now it's too low, essentially. Ah, almost walked off. I think we just have to deal with it. I think it, because of that, and we can't have just one, or can we? Because we only have one output on this line. You know, we might just have the one train line and call it good. I wanted to have a dual spiral train line, but if it's going to do that plus, yeah, plus it's going to be, oh, whoops. I actually should probably leave that there. So what happens if we do a 4? No. I should have brought this, oops. Should have brought this out one, because we need to add the extra bit. Yeah, that's wrong. Okay. Yeah, I need to add this extra bit to the outside. That's going to be a pain, because it's going to be the kind of the same deal we already got going. But yeah, if it's going to be that way, plus it's only going to have one train on it. Like the bauxite train's not going to be coming down this way, so I think we're going to call it good there. And we're probably going to call it good there for the episode as well. And we'll finish this next time. Maybe. Something like that. But yeah, I think we're going to call it good there. Let's get this planned out real quick. So I kind of want from here, see if this works. No, it's too sharp, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll have to go from here over. Let's go down the slope first. Yeah, go down the slope. Really, that's too sharp? Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay, perfect. And then that'll be the, and we'll put the block signals in. Transport. Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna make this. There we go. Just gonna make this one block here. Yeah, this can all be a block. That's fine. You know, so, and then that whole section is all going to be just one block. So a train will be waiting here for the other train to leave it, if there is another train. I doubt there will be 2 trains. But if there is, you know, we'll deal with that in time. I guess we don't need this. I'm surprised I got that correct. Where that train is. I got that train perfectly in that block so that the copper train could keep moving. Nice. Didn't expect that. Completely forgot it was even sitting over there. But yeah, anyway. Like I said, I think that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. So we'll continue the spiral next time. But yeah, we got some done. We got all this done. But yeah, like I said, that's going to be it. So I do hope you enjoyed, and next time, when we finish the spiral, I guess it's a Goodbye.